Yo guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another installment of Very Average Gaming in Call of Duty. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my experiences of attempting to camp my way to the victory in Call of Duty, and well, to say the least, it doesn't go particularly well. Now I'm sure you've all been killed by a camper. I'm pretty sure we all know what they look like. I mean, if you're playing any squads, duos, trios, like, you know that every now and then you're just going to go to a building, find some dweebs sitting in a corner and ready just to shoot you out. And there's nothing more frustrating in this game than just being, you know, outplayed, outskilled, and quite frankly outthought by everyone else in the lobby who's just better at you. I mean, you should be sitting in that corner and you should be sitting on that roof sniping people. I mean, just get good. So in reaction to all these players who were just better at me, and also the fact that I just can't stand dying to them all the time, me and my friend decided to jump into a couple of rounds of Warzone and really experience and really get inside the head of what it means to camp in Call of Duty Warzone. So the first thing you're going to need to do to become a professional, top quality camper in Call of Duty is get yourself a riot shield. Go to the class menu, open up a brand new class and equip yourself with that awesome, bold, amazing looking riot shield. And to go with that, your secondary weapon, of course, RPG. You need RPGs so you can take out whole squads while you're camping staircases. For your perks, you're going to go EOD, Ghost, and Hardline. For the tactical, heartbeat sensor, and for the lethal, C4. The more explosives, the better. And Hardline is going to make it really difficult, if not impossible now, for anyone to kill you instantly and damage you significantly with any explosive that they might have. Now, as the educated, experienced Call of Duty player that you are, you might look at that class and say, hey, Tash, why don't I go for a bouncing Betty or go for a Claymore? And you know what? You'd be right. And I'd say it's up to your choice. A little bit of variation can't hurt. Basically, what you want is your lethal to be an explosive that you can stick to the floor. The priority for this, it just means that you can camp in the middle of a staircase and you can place your Betties at the bottom, a Claymore at the top, whatever you've got to do to keep yourself fun. What that means is that basically when someone comes into your building to try and kill you, or more likely not see you, you'll get an upper advantage by immediately hurting them and really, really annoy them. That's what pro campers do. So the next thing you're going to need to do to become a professional camper is to pick your spot on the map. Now this is actually quite difficult because you might think that the most important thing in any Warzone game is to try and get your loadout as soon as possible so that you can start slaying out as soon as possible. But the objective here is not to slay out, it's to remain calm and collective and outplay all those silly people who actually want to play the game. We are here to find zen-like focus and remain camping. So what I would recommend from my experience is picking somewhere on the edge of the circle, preferably away from a major POI. You know, you have to accept the fact that as a camper, you're a very low skill player, and if you go to a POI like Superstore, you're just going to get killed off the bat. I recommend finding somewhere secluded. Maybe if you think you can go for a recon scout, then go for it. But more often than not, recon scout missions are going to attract many teams, and you're just not going to want to fight those off spawn. You know, you just don't want fights off spawn. You want to be on your own. You and your teammate want to make sure no one disturbs you. So maybe just find somewhere in the middle of the map that's relatively safe so that you can loot up. The most important thing about the landing spot that you pick is that it's somewhere with a high chance of being in the next couple of zones. Because in reality, once you get that riot shield, you're not going to want to rotate very far, you know? You don't want to be lugging that RPG and that riot shield around in the middle of the field. That's just silly. What you want to do is land and remain very close, if not in the same building that you have landed at. Number one rule for camping: the more you rotate, the higher chance you have of dying. So just don't rotate. Simple.
Target bomb. Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
So once you've got your landing spot down, the next thing you're going to want to do is obviously get your loadout. So cash up, find as many places as you can, get all the money, and once you've got that, call in the loadout drop. The loadout is the absolute key to this game. You're not really camping unless you've got your riot shield. Remember that. Now, considering that you're probably not going to land in a POI, this could take some time. But trust me, once you get used to the rhythm of landing in places that aren't POIs and you're not familiar to, looting will get easier and quicker. So once you've got your loadout, this is the time to pick your spot. If the place you've already landed in is a great place for multiple zones to come, amazing, you've done the best job. If you've been really unfortunate and been forced to land somewhere else, then you're going to want to move to a building that's in zone that has a high possibility of being near the end of the zone. This may take several games. For me and my teammate, it took many trials and failures, but eventually we got it down to a perfect science. The best place to camp is a multiple story building with a staircase. There are several reasons for this, but the most important reason is that in all of these buildings in Call of Duty Warzone, when you're on a staircase, there's only one way in and one way out. And what's kind of broken about it is that when you've got riot shields, you can actually sit in a corner in the shadows and some people will run by you without even seeing you. It's incredible. Once you have your staircase of choice, remember to use your lethals and plant them in a tactical position, not too far away from you and close enough that will allow you to hear them when they go off and someone's coming up the stairs. Because you have to remember, because you're running EOD and Ghost, the people coming into the staircase have absolutely no idea that you're there. So you need to allow yourself to remember when someone's coming in. I recommend planting one Betty or one Claymore a floor below you, and then maybe one at the highest entry point at the top of the staircase, just so you know if someone lands on the building and they're trying to come down to you. And now this is really where the fun starts. We just wait. We just get to wait here until we have to rotate. And when you get that perfect game that I'm showing you right now, we just waited here for 3 or 4 successive zones. People came in and we killed them. Easy peasy. A little pro tip from me would be that once you've got your perfect corner and you're crouched down, put your riot shield out first, always, and then use your heartbeat sensor, because you can actually use your heartbeat sensor behind the riot shield. So even if you use it at an inopportune moment, someone's there you didn't see, they're not going to do any damage to you, but you'll still be able to catch them coming down the stairs or coming near you within 40 meters. As you can see here, this tactic worked perfectly for me and my teammate. We got a couple of kills, no one really saw us, and the beauty of the RPG is that, well, it just does so much damage, you know?
I want him to push up here. I want him to be so mad he pushes up.
Remember, patience is the absolute key. Put the controller down, chill, get a cup of tea, maybe go to the toilet, and just come back in, 5-10 minutes time when you haven't really had to move too long. Maybe check what's going on Twitter, what's going on WhatsApp, give your mum a call, see what's going on. And then once you notice that it's time for you to have to move, pick up the controller again and find the best place to rotate in that zone. I recommend keeping to, character. You're a camper after all. You're not going to try and get these last 5, 6, 7 kills. You're going to play around the edge of zone. Find the building if there is one. In our case, it was an aeroplane, and we decided to just rotate around the edge of zone, take our time, and...
I'm in. RPG. No way, he killed both of us.
Turns out we got killed by another camper. After all the tries that we had, and it must have been dozens of games, we didn't get a single win. Do you know why? Because campers don't win Warzone. No matter how patient you are and no matter how hard you try, campers are just going to be killed by other campers. And that's the moral of this story. No matter how hard you try to camp, you are just never ever gonna win a game of Warzone, because eventually you're just gonna have to play better. Get good. Disclaimer, I apologize to anyone in Warzone that I killed in the making of this video. If you're gonna play Warzone, just play it properly. No one's got time for campers. We hate you. And that's my experience of camping, guys. I hope you enjoyed the footage. Please consider dropping a subscription and definitely like the video, please. It goes a long way. Really appreciate it. If you want to see some more Call of Duty content, let us know below. Really enjoying playing at the moment, and look out for more games in the future. And I'll catch you in the next one.